Hey, book buddies. Thrilled to welcome you to Read Hurray. Megan is 8, a huge book lover, totally obsessed with books. She has been gobbling up books ever since she could remember, and has explored countless worlds through pages of amazing stories. She wants to share not only with me, but with you, and build book-loving community together. Let's jump into our next reading adventure with Megan.
Megan. Today we are going to look at the book called Gangsta Granny, and it has 2 books recently. This book is about, a gangster granny. Well, obviously. So this story is about a boy called Ben and his granny. This granny is a very special granny because she has heard that Ben has said that she was boring. She really wanted to be exciting, and so she got some diamonds. Well, not real diamonds, but just plastic ones. So she wanted to make herself look like more attractive to Ben, so he wouldn't feel like his granny is so boring, only play Scrabble, eat cabbages, and stuff like that. So when Ben found the diamonds, he was amazed, but then he didn't know that they were actually plastic. And he just said, okay, maybe my granny is up to something. So when she really wanted to kind of find every nook and cranny of the old lady's house, but then his parents said that Granny was going out that night, but then Ben had seen her calendar, and he said that, okay, this is really a mystery because I saw that the only time she was going out was feeding ducks. So I guess she wasn't feeding ducks this time. So he wanted to go out on his bike. Well, he doesn't usually go biking, but then he really wanted to check out what this mystery was. So she just said, okay, I'm gonna bike then. So he biked and he went to Granny's house. When he found that, okay, Granny is crazy because she literally put green knickers on. Wait, not green, black. Okay, cool. But I don't know if she really had black knickers on. Anyway, she had a black suit on, and she struck her mobility scooter, and then she went towards the jewelry shop, and then Ben followed. Well, then, as quietly as he could. Granny was about to rob a bank when Ben shouted, "Stop!" And then Granny said, "Ben, what are you doing here?" So, and then that was the next chapter then. After that, Ben really needed to check out what was going on because it was really mystery, because it was really, well, I can't say because he was really scared of what happened when he saw Granny rob a bank. He didn't know, was she going to rob a bank? Are my eyes playing tricks on me, something? So he had to check out what was going on, but then it turned out that, Granny said that she was a jewel thief called the Black Cat, but then it was actually a lie because she really wanted her grandson to say, okay, I think my granny isn't so boring after all. So after Ben realized that Granny was lying, he was angry, but then he was also sad because he was lied to. But then he really was a bit guilty because he was the one who said his granny was boring. And so if he said that his granny was not boring, then he wouldn't have been in so much trouble because they were in the Tower of London trying to steal the crown jewels or something. And that was a crazy idea. So they met the Queen in the Tower of London, and then they had a large chat, and then they said, okay, you're pardoned, and then something like that. Oh, thank you, Your Majesty, something, whatever. So after that, I think they were pardoned, but then Mr. Parker, Granny's nosy neighbor, came over and said, "You are under citizen's arrest," or something. And then, they had to surrender. But then PC Fudge, one of the policemen, said, "Hey, isn't that the cling film people or something?" And then they said, "Oh yeah, they appreciate for cling film." And then they were said to, "Yeah, you didn't steal the crown jewels. Okay, I'll go." And then, yeah, so that was a lovely story. But then you were going to read it if you want to. The story's main idea, I guess, is to never give up on your dreams, as if Ben would give up on his plumbing because he really loved plumbing, but then her mother and father liked Strictly Stars Dancing because he was encouraged by his parents to do Strictly Stars Dancing. He said, "I really didn't want to do that." He didn't after all because, well, you're allowed to do your dreams and nobody can, give them up. And yeah, that was a pretty nice reasoning for, this story. So, let's see what characters I like. First, there is Mum, Ben's mum, and also Dad, and Ben's dad, obviously, and Granny, definitely. And I guess Mr. Parker, PC Fudge, and I didn't really like Mr. Parker that much because he was really nosy. And I liked the Gangsta Granny because it was a really good story. And I think I really liked Granny. Well, Gangsta Granny, if I might say. Gangsta Granny because she was funny. And I like how they say, "Hey, oldies are really boring always." And then they said, "No, we're not." And then the oldies have their way back, and then they try and make the other people happy again, so they would think, okay, well, maybe you're not that boring anymore. The setting of the story, I guess, is Granny's house, the Tower of London. So let's say London, because the Tower of London is in London. Yeah, that makes sense. And Granny's house, Ben's house. Yeah, I guess that's all. And let's see which part I liked. So I liked the Granny's bum squeaking thingy, because Granny always likes to fart, like with loud duck quacks. That was funny. Yeah, I mainly like the funny parts. The problem of the story is, well, I'm not really sure about the problem, but I don't think there is one. It's just an adventurous story, so yeah, we'll skip that part. If I were to give an emotion I had after I read this book, I would have said that it was really, tense, because they thought the Queen was a ghost when they met her in the Tower of London, and then they had a large chat with the Queen, and then they kind of needed to be pardoned because they were accused of stealing the crown jewels. Yeah, well, I was going to say tense and exciting because it was like a really fantastic adventure that led them both into, because, well, Granny put diamonds in the box and that was the opening of the adventure. And then the ending of the adventure was when they had to surrender at the police's. But then, yeah, that was a good opening for it because it was really a mystery. And see, wait, this is actually really strange. Yeah. Our rating for today is, well, my maximum stars are 10. And today I would get 10. Yeah, definitely. 5 because it has a good opening for a story and a good adventure, like with Ben and Granny when they had to go to the Tower of London to steal the crown jewels, and they smelled like poo when they came out of the sewer. And yeah, that was quite an adventure. So 4 because it was written by such a good writer, and 1 because, well, it had loads of funny bits in it. Yeah, so I hope you keep reading, guys, and stay tuned, and I hope to see you in my other podcasters. Bye, guys!